Welcome to Secret Love, ladies and gentlemen. Have you ever wondered what makes a man truly attracted and fascinated by a woman? Appearance may attract him at first sight, but it is personality that keeps him there for a long time. In a world where physical beauty is only temporary, it is the inner qualities that are the weapons to conquer a man's heart. Let's explore 7 personality traits that any man desires to find in the woman of his life. 1. Intelligent and knowledgeable. Most men are very interested in talking to a woman who has a clear point of view and topic of conversation. Besides meticulousness and ingenuity, what men often admire and respect in women is their understanding of work, world politics, and stories. Have you ever wondered what makes a man truly attracted and passionate about a woman? Physical beauty can attract him at first sight, but it is personality that keeps him there in the long run. In a world where physical attraction is only temporary, inner characteristics are the real weapons to conquer men's hearts. Let's explore 7 personality traits that any man longs to find in the woman he loves. Economic risks. Money matters. What is attractive about women to men at this time is their willingness to express and share their opinions with them. For men, a qualified woman must be quick-witted, able to handle difficult situations well, not just sitting there crying like a baby and waiting for her man to come to her rescue. 2. That is not prejudiced against other women. Men are just like women, wanting to be free and expand their relationships with the opposite sex. They want to not feel insecure and afraid that their girlfriend will be jealous every time they talk to other women, including friends and colleagues. For men, lovers are lovers, friends are friends. They should not let their social relationships with other women affect their emotional relationships. 3. Be hospitable and good to their friends. Sometimes, out of habit, women just know how to strangle their men to the point of not allowing their husbands, lovers to have fun with their friends. There are even women who do not hesitate to express their bitter hatred for their husband, lovers' friends because they think that those people are the ones who attract their boyfriends. These things make men feel confused and disappointed with women. In fact, for men, making friends is an indispensable part of their lives. Therefore, men like women who are friendly, hospitable and kind to their friends. They want their women to be able to chat intimately with their husband, lovers' friends. Respect and understanding of men's relationships help maintain harmony in love. A woman who knows how to behave skillfully with her husband, lover's friends not only makes him feel secure but also makes the relationship more sustainable. 4. Independent women. Although men by nature always want to be strong and a solid support for women, however, they also do not like women who depend on them completely. Men like independent women who can overcome difficulties when they are not around. Men do not like girls who always whine and ask their boyfriends to take them shopping because they think he will pay for them. They respect women who do not consider their boyfriends as banks or women who know how to pay their own dating bills when necessary. Men especially love women who are satisfied with what they have. 5. Generous. A woman who is kind and generous to others always leaves a good impression on men. Even if he is a tough guy who doesn't pay much attention to things around him, he will be moved and touched by your goodwill and help for others. A selfish, calculating and malicious girl will always make men stand on end. Men never want to be embarrassed or have to listen to gossip about their mean, selfish girlfriend. A caring and generous woman not only creates sympathy but also makes men feel secure and respected. On the contrary, selfishness and calculation will gradually push them away. 6. Able to manage a few things. Men like women who work in a direction, can take care of the family and the house. Avoid letting the house be full of trash. too messy and make people complain. Men also like women who enrich their relationships and spiritual life by spending time socializing with relatives, family and close people of their husband, lover. A woman who knows how to organize her life neatly, balancing work, family and relationships will always be appreciated. That not only helps her build a harmonious home but also creates a lasting attraction in the eyes of her man. 7. Know how to be satisfied. Men especially love women who know how to be satisfied with what they have, even happy with the small things in their lives. Because in life, not everyone can go to fancy restaurants, enjoy delicious food or waste money on parties, not use public transportation. Life is a series of difficulties. So men want their women to be flexible in responding and understand the meaning of what they have. Personality is what makes a woman special and unforgettable in the eyes of men. Traits like intelligence, confidence, kindness or a sense of humor not only make you attractive but also create a lasting and meaningful relationship. Instead of focusing only on appearance, nurture the inner values, because that is what creates long-term attraction. You will not only conquer a man's heart, but also build a beautiful image and be proud of yourself. Ethan is a famous businessman in the technology industry, with a busy schedule of meetings, partner meetings and long business trips. People know him not only for his talent but also for his glamorous lifestyle. In the eyes of everyone, Ethan is a man who has it all: career, money and attraction to women. However, his close friends all know that Ethan has never found a woman who really makes him want to stop. He often says, "Looks are temporary. I need someone who can make me feel calm on the stormiest of days." Everything changed when Ethan met Sophie at an international conference where he was a keynote speaker. Sophie, a woman with a gentle appearance but an irresistible strength, was working for a non-profit organization protecting the environment. She was not the type of person who made an immediate impression. But in each sentence Sophie said, Ethan recognized the depth and passion. The way she asked questions and argued with him was not reserved, but full of confidence and respect. It was at that moment that Ethan knew that Sophie was unlike anyone he had ever met. Ethan began to spend more time getting to know Sophie. Despite his busy schedule, he always made time to drop by her presentations or activities. Sophie was not a woman who liked to attract attention. She spent most of her time on forest protection projects and supporting local people. Once, during a survey trip to the Highlands, Ethan unexpectedly appeared to accompany Sophie. He witnessed Sophie not afraid to get dirty while helping people replant trees in the destroyed forest. She laughed and talked happily with the children despite the drizzling rain, not caring about the expensive coat he tried to give her. That evening, as the group sat around the fire, Sophie told everyone about her journey when she got lost in the forest while surveying a project. Instead of being afraid, she used her survival skills to get out on her own. I always believe that no matter what situation you fall into, if you don't lose faith in yourself, there is always a way to overcome it, Sophie said with a bright light in her eyes. Her words made Ethan feel like she was not only a strong person but also someone who could make him want to become a better version of himself. One day, Ethan suddenly asked Sophie to join him in a large-scale charity project, supporting the construction of schools in remote areas. Sophie was surprised, but she agreed immediately. During the course of their work, Ethan not only learned patience but also realized that Sophie had the ability to connect with people around her in a way he had never seen before. She not only knew how to manage projects but also cared about each person on the team, from manual workers to big sponsors. As time passed, Ethan and Sophie became closer and closer. But Sophie always kept a certain distance. She was not the type of woman who was easily swept away by Ethan's glamour. Once, during a serious conversation, Sophie said, "Ethan, I appreciate your concern, but I don't want to be a part of your perfect picture. If I'm just a temporary piece." That sentence made Ethan realize that he couldn't let Sophie go. Ethan decided to propose to Sophie on a trip to the nature reserve where they both worked together. He prepared a simple but meaningful ring, made from recycled wood, true to the spirit of environmental protection that Sophie always cherished. Under the dim moonlight, Ethan looked into Sophie's eyes and said, "Sophie, you are not only the person I admire, but also the only person I want to share my life with. You taught me that love is not about possession, but about creating meaning together." Sophie smiled, tears rolling down her cheeks, and nodded in agreement. Since then, Ethan and Sophie have built a life together that is not only full of love but also meaningful projects for the community. Sophie became Ethan's companion, teacher, and greatest inspiration in his life. And Ethan, from a busy man with personal goals, learned to live for others, a lesson that only Sophie could teach him. 7 ways to hold hands that reveal something about the love between two people. Let's find out what they are. Do you always hold her hand tightly when walking on the street? Or do you sometimes let go unconsciously? Have you ever wondered what the meaning of intertwined fingers or just a light grip is? Every gesture, every way of holding hands contains a message that you may not even realize. If you have been or are in a relationship, you certainly understand the special feeling of holding hands with the person you love. But the interesting thing is, the way you and she hold hands not only shows affection but also reveals the true state of the relationship. Is your love burning fiercely or gradually becoming indifferent? Does he or she really give his or her whole heart to you? Let's find out now. 1. Palms facing each other. If both of you hold hands like this, it shows that the love between you and her has blossomed and developed from the most genuine emotions and vibrations. Not just the simple excitement and passion of youth. Moreover, the way you hold hands shows your stance of wanting to protect the person you love. The way you hold her hand like this shows your dominant role, decisive personality and seriousness in the relationship between the two of you. 2. Interlocking fingers. The way both of you interlock your fingers tightly together shows your passion, burning affection and strong connection in your love. Guys who hold girls' hands like this show their thoughtfulness, care for their other half, very thoughtfully, lovingly, wholeheartedly. They love sincerely and are willing to change themselves for this love. The intertwining of fingers is a subtle testament to a deep love, where the connection lies not only in emotions but also in every simple but meaningful gesture. 3. Hooking a finger together. This somewhat strange handshake shows that both you and your partner value individual independence in your relationship. You respect each other's interests, time, personal space, and privacy. But at the same time, it does not rule out the possibility that your love affair is going through a difficult time, and you are both considering whether to return to a friendship or not. 4. Holding hands and wrists. At first glance, people may think that this handshake shows intimacy, but unfortunately, it is not a positive sign for the relationship between you and your lover. You can see a high level of commitment through this handshake. It shows that the person holding the hand is very possessive, has a rather crazy personality, or else the relationship between you two is on the brink of danger. 5. Holding hands. This classic hand-holding style is often reserved for couples attending a party or a formal ceremony. However, if your significant other holds your hand like this every day, it is likely that he or she is looking for protection and feels insecure in the love between the two of you. 6. holding hands and gently pulling them towards you. This hand-holding style shows a lack of agreement in the positions of both people in the relationship. The person pulling the hand is trying to direct the other person to make decisions faster than their usual personality. This is also a warning that one of the two may feel bored with the love between the two of you becoming just a repetitive habit. 7. Don't hold hands. If your significant other avoids holding your hand, it could be a sign that he or she isn't that interested or romantically interested in you. However, this could also happen if he or she is shy or wants privacy. Think carefully before making any judgments and keep things on track. You don't need to worry too much. Ryan, a man known for his handsome looks and brilliant career, is used to a fast-paced life and fleeting relationships. He often jokes with his friends that the only thing he's really looking for is a woman who can make him stop and willingly give up all the glitz and glamour on the outside. He always thought that, for someone like him, peace and love was a luxury. But then everything changed the day he met Emily. Emily appeared at a charity seminar that Ryan sponsored. She wasn't the type of girl he was usually attracted to. No flashy dresses. No expensive jewelry. No attempt to be special. She stood in a corner, chatting happily with the elders, her eyes lighting up as they told their stories. Ryan had never seen anyone talk and make the other person laugh so much. He couldn't take his eyes off Emily. Not because of her looks, but because she brought an energy he had longed for all these years. That night, Ryan decided to strike up a conversation. He didn't expect that. Despite her gentle appearance, Emily was straightforward and didn't hesitate to express her thoughts. Ryan, don't you think that it's not money or status, but sincerity that makes others truly respect and love her? That statement made Ryan pause. He was used to people flattering him. But Emily was different. She looked straight into his eyes, as if trying to understand the real person behind the layers. Since that day, Ryan and Emily often met. At first, Ryan only approached her as a challenge, to see if she was really different. But the more he spent time with Emily, the more he realized something special. She didn't try to change him, but her every word and action was like a mirror reflecting the hidden corners of him that he had never realized. Once, Ryan offered to take Emily shopping. He thought all girls liked expensive gifts. But Emily just laughed. Do you think a designer bag can make me feel valuable? I need your time for me. Not these things. For the first time, Ryan felt confused. Emily was unlike anyone he had ever met. She didn't need him to prove anything. Didn't ask for anything other than sincerity. As time passed, Ryan realized that he had fallen in love with Emily without realizing it. But this love was not as easy as he thought. One evening, when Ryan had just returned from a long business trip, Emily was waiting for him at the familiar coffee shop. Do you know what makes me hesitate to love you? She asked, her eyes full of seriousness. I'm afraid you'll only see this love as a temporary experience. I don't want to be one of those things you achieve and then let go of. Emily's words were like a strong blow to Ryan's heart. He understood that, all his life, he had been used to getting everything easily. But love with Emily was not like that. She needed someone who was willing to take off the outer shell, dare to face herself, and put love above all else. From that day on, Ryan changed. He no longer rushed into lavish parties or endless meetings. Instead, he took the time to truly understand Emily, to prove that his love was not just empty words. One day, as the two were walking down a familiar street, Ryan held Emily's hand tightly, their fingers intertwined. I used to think that I had to be successful, to have everything to be happy. But now I understand that true happiness is when I have you by my side. I will not let go of your hand, no matter what happens. Emily looked at Ryan silently. Then smiled gently. I don't need promises, Ryan. I just need you to prove it through your actions. And from that day on, they walked together, not only holding hands but also holding on to the future they built together. Ryan and Emily's story is proof that, in love, what matters is not how we start, but how we overcome challenges together. And those tightly clasped hands are a symbol of connection, of love and unshakable faith. If you find the video useful, please share it with others. Subscribe to the channel, like it, and if you have any questions, please leave a comment below. Thank you for watching. Goodbye and see you in the next video.